All right, Ruthless fans. Now, this video was requested because there was a tweak to the opening intro, and people were like, "Hey, Jeremy, do what you always do for the Oval, and occasionally sisters. Do a video breaking down the differences between, each opening and whatnot." And I figured that the change was actually pretty small, between seasons 2 and 3. So I figured that I'll talk about all 3 openings. And, way back when I started reviewing Ruthless, I couldn't put in the intro due to copyright claim, yada, 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 bull crap. It's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I didn't want to, it was crazy. But basically, it's funny to me because this morning I looked at all 3 intros and I wrote down, all the characters. Obviously, they put the real names, but I'm only saying the characters because that's who we know them better as. And it's funny to see how in season 1 it felt like the Oval, because in the opening of Ruthless there were, and I know the intro actually changed. I think, the first half of season 1 was different than the second half, because in the second half you had a crap ton of characters like Oliver and River being introduced. But by the end of season 1, there were 18 actors in the intro. But then for both seasons 2 and 3, there's only 12. So, in season 1, and I wrote down the order in which they appear, it's Ruth, the Highest, Daikon, Tally, Marva, aka Elder Mother, Brian, Lynn, Andrew, Sarah, Mac, Malcolm, Cynthia, River, Oliver, Lacey, Zane, Paula, and Clark. And it was interesting watching the season 1 intro, like, damn, it feels like almost half these characters are no longer relevant to the story, from season 1 as we moved into season 2 and 3. All right, so in season 2, we get a reduction of 6. So we got Ruth, the Highest, Daikon, Tally, Marva, Andrew, River, Oliver, Lacey, Zane, Paula, and Clark. So there, in season 2, that was one of my complaints, because we had such a lack of the Brian storyline stuff, and those connected to him in regards to like Sarah, Malcolm, Cynthia, Lynn. They were barely in season 2, so they weren't in the opening title sequence. And then we go over to season 3, the most recent one, and there's only been one change, but actually 2, but here we go. Ruth, the Highest, Daikon, Marva, Andrew, River, Oliver, Lacey, Zane, Paula. I wonder why Paula's in the intro. Is she going to come back later this season, or is she gone for good? Joan and Manny. Let me double count. Did I check? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so, there's no more Tally or Clark in the intro, because Tally's escaped and Clark is dead. And instead we got Manny where Clark was. And is that the only change there? Yeah, it looks like that was the only change. Marva where Clark was. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Tally was removed. Marva, Andrew, River, Oliver, Lacey, Paula, Joan, Zane. I don't know, maybe I miscounted, but no, there's still 12. But regardless, yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously they're not going to change the song because they don't need to. The opening is still awesome the way it is. But yeah, that's really the only change for me to talk about in the actual opening credit sequence of Ruthless season 3. Manny is where Clark was. Oh, my bad. Joan was added to the intro, so Joan popped up after, I believe, Paula. So yeah, Joan and Manny are in the intro, and in season 2 it was Tally and Clark. There we go. I knew something was wrong. Like, wait, I know my count isn't off that much, but that's all I had to say for this particular video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope everybody has a great weekend. But as always, make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel.